There you go, turn it down a bit. Okay, okay, perfect. All right, hi everybody. Welcome to Game Latte's live chat number 5, full hand. Today I'm going to talk about what I've been playing lately, and I'm probably going to have a short show today, probably just half an hour, 40 minutes, because I promised my daughter that we would play some Guild Wars 2, and we're going to start brand new characters. We're going to start Sylvari characters, and this time we're going to start the same race. So, like I said, Sylvari. What happened last time when we were playing, when Guild Wars 2 first launched, we picked different races because we different tastes and stuff like that. And then we started in different areas, different origins, and then we were like, well, we'll meet up at one point, but we never actually did. And I ended up having to I ended up leveling faster than her and having to go back a lot, and it was just kind of, I don't know. So what we're going to do now is create characters that we're both only going to play with each other. So there's no out leveling or anything like that. And we're going to start an origin that we haven't touched yet. She has a Norn that she plays, and I have a human. And we both played a little bit of the Asura. But so we're going to go with Sylvari this time, with the pretty plant elven people. All right. So today I got one viewer. Yay! Welcome, viewer. I know Emmanuel is not here today. He usually is, but he's got stuff to do. So sad face. He usually has good questions. I don't know what I'm gonna do without you, Emmanuel. But shout out to you because you have been a very loyal viewer of mine. So you're awesome. Yay! And I hope that you play Final Fantasy 14 with us. I know that you're not into MMOs usually and stuff like that, but that would be awesome if you did. Would be very welcoming and help you out a lot, and you can make even more awesome internet friends. But yeah, so I am drinking today. Yay, I'm drinking coffee for once. That's right, I'm back to my caffeinated beverages. Today is just a strong dark roast. I forgot what it's called. I think it's a house blend of some kind. And I put Irish cream liquor in here. I think it's Carol Ann's. And yeah, it's very, very good. I was going to put a little bit of chai. Oh, I forgot I was going to talk to you about my chai spice. I'm going to talk about it anyway, even though I don't have it with me. I'm going to try to remember to make a chai latte next time. But basically, the chai spice is something I picked up at a trade show last weekend. I believe it was last weekend, yeah. And anyway, a trade show is we have one every year, and if you haven't been to one or you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically shops from in town or out, a little bit outside of town, local shops. They gather in this place. For us, it's like the ice rink downtown, and they put their little booths and stuff, and they show people what they have. And sometimes you get to see shops that are not into your immediate community. They might be a little bit out of town, farms or anything like that. Briefly, it's kind of like a farmer's market, but way bigger, like twice or three times the size even. And it's just for people to show their wares. And anyway, and there's a guy who sells to the health food store. He's from down south, down to Victoria, I believe, in BC. And he sells, I believe it's Indian. Oh God, I'm gonna mess that up. But whatever, food and spices and stuff, and he makes his own chai, and which actually means spicy tea. That's right. That's all that chai means is spicy tea, which I thought was pretty cool to find out. And he sold me these like little packets, they're like $8 each, which might seem like a lot, but you only need a tiny bit per cup, and it totally makes your warm milk or coffee or whatever. If you do an actual latte, it would be espresso or really strong coffee with milk or cream, and then you whip that up and you froth it, and then you would have with the spices you would have a chai latte. and it only tastes like a tiny bit. So I thought it was a pretty good deal. So and I was really excited about trying. I did try it, and it was just delicious, like delicious, like the best thing ever. So I was very excited. So that's my coffee story for you guys today. Woo! All right, let's drink a little bit. And as to what I've been playing, basically I've been playing some Neverwinter online. Neverwinter Online, it launched today. Well, there was a soft open beta launch or whatever that they're doing. Basically, a lot of freemium games lately are choosing to, instead of having a full blown real launch, they have a soft launch where they have the open beta. It's not really. It's. I think it's so that people don't take it too seriously, but are into the mindset that shit's gonna happen. Basically, like things aren't gonna work out, and there's gonna be bugs, and there's gonna be things. And honestly, I think it's a smart thing to do because I was on the forums even today, and there were some people who were like, "Oh my God, this is the worst launch ever! Epic fail!" I'm like, you guys, this is what happens every single MMO launch. There's not one that's perfect. Sometimes we get close, but usually not really. And Neverwinter is no different. They're having a lot of server issues, and I was playing today, and there was severe rubber banding. I was like rubber banding all over the place. If you don't know what rubber banding is, it's basically you take a couple of steps and then you shoot back, and you take a bit more steps and you shoot back. And oh man, that was a lot happened. It's because of a server delay. Actually, they just announced on Twitter that they're cryptic did that they are going to have server patches tonight. So there you go. So they are working on it, and I played before the soft launch or the official open beta because I'm a guardian. I purchased a guardian pack. Not crazy enough to be a hero of the north. Some people put in $200, and so they got like the Menzobra, whatever, where Dritz is from, the Renegade Dro pack, where they get basically a special race. It's a Dro. Everybody gets to play the Dro eventually, but the Hero of the North pack, the $200 one, it's a special in that they're like good Dros. So it's the only like dark elves that can be good, aligned good, I guess, or chaotic good or whatever. So yeah, anyways, and it's very much so far. What I feel I play is that Neverwinter is very much like the original Neverwinter from BioWare. Or actually, I didn't even play Neverwinter. I played Neverwinter 2, so it wasn't even by BioWare. But whatever. It was done by Obsidian and published by BioWare, I believe. But you know what? It was really reminiscent of that, especially when you go and do the dungeons in the houses, or do Oh hey, Emmanuel's like giving me a shout out there. Thanks. Yeah. And when you do the dungeons and all that, it reminded me a lot of Neverwinter 2 by Obsidian. And so I thought it remained very true. It also reminds me a lot of Dungeons and Dragons Online. So by Turbine. I was like, I'm blanking out. And so it's very similar. It's very Dungeons and Dragony. So if you like need a fix for that, you want a new game, definitely check out Neverwinter Online. I was a little leery at first about that game because it is by Perfect World, and I don't know. I guess I have made up ideas about Perfect World because they've made a lot of freemium games. I'll show you the official site there. Here you go. So that's the official site of Neverwinter. Oh, you guys can see my Twitter pop, sorry. And yeah, so get your Founders Pack today, which is what I got. Not the Hero of the North, though. But anyway, it's really cool. Zen. Okay, let's talk about Zen a little since I just clicked over that. Zen is the cash shop option of there's your hero there. Your Dro, sorry. Your Dro hero. But yeah, so Zen is the cash shop money, I guess. And you can spend money in the cash shop. Now, the game is free to play. You can just download and play it, or you can download the founders packs, and then you can get like special horses, and you get a title, you get actual astrals money, which is a different thing than the Zen, but it's for like other pluses. I don't even know. I haven't really played around with the astral diamonds that much. What do they get you? They get you stuff to like upgrade your companion, as I think, and potions and things like that. I'm not really sure. Go ahead and correct me. I'm probably wrong. But anyway, back to the Zen and the cash shop. Basically, what I found is I didn't need to buy anything from the cash shop yet. I am only level 10, so I'm not really very high. I believe there's 50 to 60 levels in this game, so I mean, I could get to a point where I'm going to need to spend money, but so far I don't. Um, Somebody on Massively comments was saying, "Oh my God, this like you have to spend $10 on this inventory bag." Yeah, you can if you want, but you don't have to, because inventory bags actually get as rewards in the main mission in the dungeons that you do. So really, it's really not necessary. I haven't had to buy a single thing yet. I'm very happy with that. I'm pretty sure there are things that I'll want to buy, like cosmetic things. There are, first of all, you know how you wear your armor so everybody can see your armor, but there's another tab like in Guild Wars 2 where you have the fashion tab, or the what you're wearing in town type of clothing and stuff. And right now, what you get as a new player is basically rags to put in your fashion slot. But you can go into the cash shop and get yourself like noble clothing and stuff. There's only like 3 outfits available so far, but I'm pretty sure that in a game like that, they're going to expand that later on and make more, because that's a cash shop is what that game will survive on. So I don't think we should beat it too hard because it's got a cash shop, and the cash shop so far is pretty good. Some items may be too expensive, but you know what? If you think that, don't freaking buy it. So far, there's the same stuff that you can buy in the cash shop you can find in game as well. So I haven't been like forced to buy anything in the cash shop so far, is what I'm trying to say, which I find pretty cool. What else is going on? But yeah, I tried the player made dungeons. Basically, you can create your own content in this game and share it with other people. Very similar to, well, smaller in content, but similar to what you can do in Neverwinter as well. You can make your own campaigns and stories and quest lines, and you could make it available to the community. So it's kind of like that in like smaller tidbits, I guess. I don't know how huge the campaigns or the quests can be, but anyway, that is called the Foundry. And I did try my first Foundry today, and it was hard because of the server issues. But I did go through one, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I got a lot of fat loot, so I think one way to gain a lot of money and items and stuff is actually to go through and go through the Foundry, and I think that's going to keep the game going very healthy and alive for a long time, because people can just go ahead and create your own stuff. And I find that that's pretty much the future of online gaming right now, is to give players the opportunity and the tools to actually go ahead and make their own content for themselves and for the community. I know that having community modding available, for example, for single player games like the Elder Scrolls, has like pushed the longevity of those games to like years instead of like 10 months, right? Which is possibly how long the average single player game thrives for. So yeah. So I think that's really awesome. It's really awesome. But yeah, anyway, in other news, which just popped on Twitter earlier today, was Defiance has a community blog, which I'm very interested in. I'm going totally off topic, but I'm going to talk about Defiance now. Now let's show you. There we go. So in the world of Defiance, we've got a blog about weapons and weapon skills, which I was really interested in reading because I'm kind of still confused. So what do they say? Weapons in Defiance are a huge part of the way you can customize your character and playstyle. From in-your-face damage dealer to healer to long-range sniper, your choice of weapons affects your playstyle more than anything else. And this is very true. I myself play in Defiance, I play a a ranger, not a ranger, a sniper person type, and I'm kind of squishy. I have to be pretty far, and then I can just pop people. Then they start rushing me, and then I have to switch to my not my shotgun, my gun. And my gun is actually the type that is more accurate than anything because I don't like to use a lot of force. I just want to kill stuff as soon as freaking possible before they even hit me, right? So, and I always aim for the head if I can. So, and I'm actually pretty successful at it. It's awesome. But anyway, so this back to this blog log, it goes down through what the weapons are like, and does it go through mods because that's kind of confusing too. And it tells you the colors that you should be looking for. I think I have a green, which is uncommon. White is common, green uncommon, blue is rare, purple is epic, orange is legendary. So I have white weapons right now, and I have some green, and I have white with purple mods in them, I think. So it makes them like way better than they should be. So, or they would be otherwise without the mods. So that's really cool. I have played some Defiance today as well. It was, I gotta say, a lot of fun. I think I'm almost halfway through the game now. I should be halfway through or at the end of Act 3. I believe there's 5 acts. So I should be I'm somewhere in the third act. So yeah, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm starting to also I watched the TV show at the same time as I played the game. Now we talked about this in the last gamer hangout that we just had on Saturday night. If you want to check that out on Bo Turkey's YouTube channel, go ahead. But yeah, we went through kind of comparing the game with the TV show. And playing the game more and more, I'm starting to learn more about the TV show and what all the different races and stuff like that. Now, there's one thing I want to make clear is there's like two main, well, not two, but in the world of Defiance, in the city of Defiance, I guess, there's two main not tribes, but clans as humans, and there's the Voton. And I was really confused as what the hell Voton were until I saw the wiki. And basically, Voton are a collective term for the 7 alien species who fled their own solar system, which was destroyed. Now, this is why these aliens came to Earth in the first place. So, and there's all the 7 ones. So there's Castathan Gulani, which are like spirit type of. Oh, hey, fine then. They're like spirit types of aliens. They don't have any bodies. They're just like a glowly light, which is kind of cool. The Endogene, which is come on, which is the people we talked about on Hanging Out, which we didn't know if they were like mutants, if they were made like aliens that were made like that. But the thing with the Endogene is that they're the gray-looking ones with the bald heads and kind of like the weird scaled skin. It's not really scaled, but anyway, the deal with them is that they're like I was thinking they are the brainy race, and they inject their bodies with cybernetics, so which kind of make them seem like they're not completely natural, I guess, and they're not. There's the Rathian, who are the fury kind of race, I guess. I guess they're very, very close to the earth and nature, and they seem to be very fierce and all that, but they're actually very spiritual people. And then there's the Sensoth, which are basically your furry race, and then the Volge, which are I can't remember which the Volge was. The Volge. Oh yeah, so the Volge is interesting. They are actually a bad race. They were not invited on the Ark when when the Ark left their solar system. They were purposely left behind because they're very warlike, and they basically attack everything or anybody, and they're hostile to everybody. And they actually kind of sneaked in the Ark and hid, and then they kind of fell to Earth, I imagine, when the Ark was destroyed as well. So they were what's called What's it called when someone sneaks on a ship again? I can't remember, but basically that's what they are. They're not supposed to be there. And then I'm still confused about what the hell the hell bugs are and where they come from. I don't know if you guys can answer that for me. That's gonna be my next homework. The wiki stopped working for me right now, but it's to find out what's up with the freaking hell bugs. I don't get it. Speaking of the hell bugs, I have watched episode 3 of Defiance. I forgot to watch it on Monday night last night because I was playing Neverwinter MMO, so I didn't catch it. But what was happening was that, yeah, so the Hellbugs actually came into TV show. I don't know, I remember people were commenting in the very first, in the pilot episode. I was like, oh my god, there's no Hellbugs. How can you have this first pilot episode and not have Hellbugs? Well, let's not panic. They couldn't like cram everything into the pilot of the show, so they had to leave some for the next for the rest of the season. But actually pretty early on, earlier than I expected, we had Hellbugs in episode 3, and it was actually a very good episode. I gotta say, I think it's the best one so far. And it is, like I was saying before, when episode 2 aired, we needed a bigger hook. We needed a story that was deep enough to draw us in. It's not quite there yet, but it's definitely getting better. Now that every episode, the world gets a little bit more fleshed out, and then we get to learn about the races a little bit more, and they get a little deeper and stuff like that. I also enjoyed the story with Christy and her in-laws and all that. The Catheth, I have to see it. Catheth, whatever. Those white people are. That race and stuff like that. I think that race is actually pretty interesting the more I know about them. And their customs are very interesting. They're very much not what we're used to as humans, I guess, or as not humans, because they're actually not that different from humans. They're very humanoid, but their customs are different from what North Americans, I guess, are used to, and I find that's a cool social comment, I guess. So yeah, I'm liking it so far. Nolan is getting less on my nerves, and yeah, so it's good. What else could I talk about? My book. Where are we at? 6:25. I'm making good time. So let's talk about my book a little bit. The Warded Man. I'm still reading this. Want to see? Ooh, yeah. The Warded Man by this guy, Peter. Was it Peter Brett? Um, I'm about halfway through it. See where my bookmark is? Am I halfway? Okay, I'm not quite at halfway yet. I'm on the second part of it. So there's different parts. The part I just finished, the first part, is basically telling the story of 3 kids. So if you go back to the episodes I first talked about this, basically this is about kind of like our world, but way into the future when like it's like 300 years from now, where basically in our time now where this science pretty much rules everything and technology rules everything, we forgot that demons are real and they come from the center of the earth. And anyway, and they were defeated long ago, like 1,000 years ago, and we just forgot about them, and we think they're just stories in books and in religion and all that, and we don't all the religions of the world, and we don't think they ever existed, so whatever, right? And then they come back and they basically wipe us all out because we forgot magic. We forgot how to deal with them. And so our civilization is completely eradicated. And this is The Watered Man takes place like 300 years after that. And like I was saying, the first part of it tells the story of 3 children. The first one is Arlen, and he becomes, I think, the Watered Man. So he's the first one you encounter. And he has a child, and it tells you his background. Basically, he his mother died, and then he runs away from home, and then he ends up being a ward apprentice. And then you'll learn all the wards are basically sigils that you draw that repel demons, that keep them away. And the demons basically can only come out at night because the sunlight kills them, kind of sizzle them to nothing, like vampires. So it's very cool because the only safe time of day is during the day, and at night everybody's gonna hide behind wards, gonna hide in their houses, and they have wards painted everywhere and stuff like that. It's really cool. The second stories about the girl, and we don't actually get to know a whole lot about her, but she becomes a herb gatherer, which is basically the healer. And healers are, so that's kind of like three different types of really important types of people in this world that keep all the ancient knowledge from our technological time. And that would be the messengers, which is what the watermen will become. The messengers, they basically are expert ward drawers. They can draw like awesome wards, and they can actually camp out into the night when they're traveling, and survive demon attacks. And when the demons attack, they attack hard. So you have to be like really very good at warding and brave at defending yourself. The second sort of person that's really important is the herb gatherers, because they actually have books and stuff that survived our world, and that they can learn about our technology and how we healed and stuff like that, and how to use herbs and how to use basically the nature around them. Because these people, after we've been it's very post-apocalyptic. 300 years from now, we're basically back to like the Dark Ages, and people don't know how to read. It's really, really basic, and all of them, they don't know how to use plants and stuff. Only the witches or the herb gatherers know how to do that. They're not really witches, but anyway. And then the third story is about a little boy, a little 3-year-old, I think, who is this cute little redhead. I forgot his name. Is tip of my tongue. Oh my god. Roger. Anyway, Roger becomes a jongleur. I can't say it in English. Jongleur. Jongleur. Anyway, and they're basically fools, like you see in courts. And they have a sort of power of illusion where they can make people make them see them as happy or whatever, or sad. They remind me a lot of mesmers in Guild Wars. They can kind of change their faces and stuff, and it's actually an illusion. It's a trick. Anyways, they're magicians, and they're also storytellers, and they will accompany the messengers to go to the different villages and all that, and they help the messenger carry letters and whatever, and they also spread news and gather news, and they basically are like the messenger's like right hand person, and they keep the children happy and everything, and they make the messenger more approachable, I guess, to people that aren't used to having strangers around. So it's a very, very cool story. So in the next part here, I think it's 7 years later, after they're not going to be children anymore. They're going to be done apprenticing and go out into the world. And I think those three characters are going to meet and like become like the hero band or whatever. And so I'm very excited about learning about the rest of this book. I really recommend it. I gotta say that the characters are really cliche. Some of the stories are just like, oh god. But not the stories, but the way some of the characters behave is just it's a little frustrating. They don't have their own personalities really. It's a little cardboard, I guess. But once you get past that and get into the three main characters' stories, and it gets better. So anyway, but it's actually kept me really, really entertained. I didn't expect to read that so fast, but I did. All right, next thing I want to talk about. Oh no, no, I want to talk about next. You guys don't have any questions? Oh no! Just about half an hour anyway. I swear there was something else. Oh, check it out. My daughter, I wanted like something Final Fantasy in my background. So my daughter lent me her little chocobo. It's a black mage chocobo. Isn't he cute? Eee. So anyway, awesome. Thanks, baby. And I miss my Mikote from Final Fantasy 14. I gotta say, I guess we're not gonna get the Final Fantasy 14. I thought it was gonna release in the summer, but it's not. I guess it's coming out, I don't know, later. But Phase 4 is supposed to come out no, not Phase 4. Phase 3 of the beta is coming out in freaking June, I think, or May. I can't remember. Anyway, it's like 6 weeks delay or something like that. It's really long. So, which is good that they're, updated. It's really bad that we don't get to play. Not that it matters. I wasn't really playing the beta anyway that much because I wanted to keep the content fresh. Sorry. So, yeah, I really wanted to play. But I missed the actual real game, the real launch. That's what I want to happen. I don't care about anything else. What I might be playing though is Final Fantasy 13 2 because I have that, and I actually got it for my daughter last her last birthday last year because I couldn't see myself playing it right away, so I just gave it to her because I know she was really interested in it, and she played it a bit, but then she kind of gave up on it. I don't know. I think she said one of the bosses was pretty hard, so I need to get into it so she can see what I did, and maybe kind of help her get through it as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna play some Guild Wars 2 now. What I think I'm gonna do is end this episode of the Game Latte live chat. Unfortunately, it's a short one today. I didn't have a whole lot to talk about. I'm still gonna, you know, keep it up uh, on Tuesdays at around, 6 to 7 Mountain Standard because I just want to get into the habit of doing it every week, and not, not go through as well. I don't have anything to say, so I'm not gonna do one. Hell's no, I'm gonna do one anyway. And hopefully get more people in here asking me questions and stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's right. Emmanuel wanted me to talk about TV shows I've been watching. And I did that. I talked about Defiance. So that's what I've been watching. But you know what? I've also been watching Games of Thrones. Yeah, Games of Thrones is awesome. I just watched the last episode. I don't know if you guys been watching that show, but really like it. I have the Games of Thrones books here and I still haven't gotten into it. I don't know when I will because I have like The Warded Man to go through, and I have my Buffy comics that I talked about to go through, and I have this guy Otherland by Tad Williams, which is also being made into an MMO, by the way. So I gotta read that so I know. Look how thick this is. This is like freaking humongous. I don't know, man. I tried to read it once, like years ago. This is how far I got. It's even still got the freaking bookmark in it. I got to page 28 before I was like, yeah, maybe not. But I will give it a fair shot again. It's supposed to be really awesome. It's Volume 1, City of Golden Shadow. So we'll see. And I'll probably be talking a lot about this one. Once I start reading it. I think that'll be the next one after The Warded Man. But we'll see. I have like freaking list of books to go through. It's just awful. Caleris loved the Games of Thrones. Yeah, that's true. So Games of Thrones, that's what I was going to talk about. See, I'm so easily distracted. I'm like, shiny. That's right. But it's been really, really good. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up or not, but I'm not going to spoil too much, but I have to say Jon Snow is awesome. I don't know why I like him so much. It's a little cliche. He's a little like, oh, I'm so innocent but awesome and hardcore at the same time. But I don't know. I think the actor portrays him very well too, and I do like his little redheaded girlfriend there. She's freaking awesome. Yes, and Jon Snow is sexy. He is as hell. But yeah, no, I really enjoy his character, and I think he's going to become really, really, really important later on. I don't know, I just got this feeling like he's gonna be maybe become king later or something. Although it's a close call with Draeneiris there. She's I hope I'm saying that right. White-haired lady, badass white-haired lady, yeah. She's definitely going to take her throne back. I mean, really? Can you even think of standing in that girl's way? So if you guys don't know what Games of Thrones here is, what the story is, I'm just gonna do a quick rundown and then we'll end the show. And then I'll probably stream some Guild Wars later. Now, might be like a silent Guild Wars playthrough. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do because I'll be playing with my daughter. So, anyway, Games of Thrones. So basically, it starts with Draeneiris. She's the last Targaryen, and so the Targaryens were rulers. They were the kings of the land, whatever land it is. But anyway, and then one of the kings, the Mad King, was just crazy and killed people for no reason, and then he was overthrown. by certain key characters. I'm not gonna name everybody because it's freaking complicated. It's very political. But anyway, and so he was overthrown, and then his children and his wife ran away. I believe his wife and two of his sons died, but one of his third son and his daughter survived, and they were shipped across the seas. And anyway, and then years later, they're all grown up, and the son wants to basically take his kingdom back, and he makes a deal with this tribal horse people. They're like horse masters or whatever, fierce warriors and all that. And he says, you know, if you he makes a deal with their king and says, I'll give you my sister in marriage, and then you give me your army, and we'll take back my throne. And then that really backfires. And then basically, his sister eventually starts to take over everything, and that's without giving out too many spoilers and stuff like that. And then she basically goes across the sea again to her homeland, and like is prepared to hand it to the people that took her father's throne away. Basically, she's really well prepared, and she's got dragons. Yeah, she they had dragon eggs with them for a long time, and they believed that the dragon eggs were inert or dead or whatever, and you couldn't do anything with them. They were just, big paperweights, basically. But just for trophies or whatever. However, she found a way to hatch them, and that's like when she started getting badass, basically. Anyway, and so I think she has, just the way that her character is portrayed and all that, she has a very good chance of being able to go through the land and just retake everything. Because, and then back into the land and stuff like that, the king basically is kind of this fat, lazy old warrior, and he gets killed very early on. And then kind of the whole kingdom starts to fracture. Like, it's just fracturing in pieces, really, at this point. And now all the families and all the clans and all that are warring against each other. And by the time Daenerys is basically coming back here, like, everybody's fighting together. There's a huge war going on. And so she's gonna come back and, like, rescue everybody or something. That's basically what I think is gonna happen. But it's really, 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 really exciting. And I'm really confused at what the hell is happening with the child that was he was fostered with the Starks, and then he went back to his father. His father has a castle by the sea or something, and they're either sea merchants or pirates or whatever. And his father kind of turned on him and kind of didn't treat him very well. And then he asked him to lead some men and do like raiding and stuff, and he disobeyed and went to the Stark home and basically took over the Stark household. And then this man turned on him and captured him and started to torture him. And the last episodes, I don't even know what the hell happened. I'm so confused with that guy. I don't know if because I'm not paying close enough attention or because I didn't read the books, but like, he was rescued and then he wasn't rescued. I don't even know. If you guys know, make a comment somewhere. Let me know. It's very strange. But anyway, Games of Thrones, definitely recommend. It's got dragons, it's got magic, it's got people, dead, it's got undead, yes, very much. Like, it actually reminds me a lot of, what's that? Dragon Age. Yeah, the undead, not the undead, yeah, I guess the tainted from Dragon Age or whatever. And, gods and all that. It's very cool, very high fantasy, but very dark high fantasy. It's awesome. All right. So I think that's going to be all for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next Game Latte live chat where we will sit down.